And we're back. Thank you once again, everybody, for joining me. We are on part two of the Volkmar campaign. Uh, Give me a second while I grab my bearings here. I think last time we had just taken this province. We had talked about this enemy over here, and I had suggested that we start to move over this way and grab our first book of Nagash. So I think that's what we're going to continue doing. Um, I'm going to go ahead and just go into diplomacy, see if I can't convince him to not attack us for a few turns. Probably not. That's what happens when you try to barter with vampires. But I'm going to move this army up here, just outside of the territory. So this is again Volkmar, and we have a witch hunter, and now our new warrior priest. This territory right here, I was thinking about it. There could be benefits, depending on how we want to play, to upgrade this. That way we can get this extra building. Let me just really quickly look at the building browser here. Yeah, this would be tier 2. I'm interested because of our constraints to get another warrior priest. And just kind of like spam those out in all of our territories. That could be a fun way to play this campaign. Let's see, what would be the benefit of going and upgrading this one? Let's see if I can come over this way. So we could get Empire Knights. That would be nice. Those are a good unit. Can't do these guys, the mages. Obviously, if we wait, we can get some more money per turn. More growth if we want it. I think let's go and play a little bit fast and loose, I guess, maybe. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this. This is going to take us 4 turns. And in the meantime, we've got 4 flagellants. And we have 2 spearmen, 1 swordsman. I think we're just going to go hang out here, get 2 more of these guys. Our money can definitely, our cash flow can definitely sustain that. We could even go a little bit crazy and to supplement our army, just have a ton of leaders in the beginning. That might be fun. Let's do that. So I'm going to grab this guy too. You're going to see our money kind of really start to dip. But we're going to take all these people and move that way. This is probably not optimal. I wouldn't, don't try this at home. But I think we're just going to see what happens. I did do a little bit of research, like I said I would. When you get a Book of Nagash, you get all of the benefits, and you get to keep it no matter what happens, no matter if you lose your territories or anything. So my goals are to kind of beeline to all of those and just get them as quickly as we can. So, and again, if we actually look at some of the benefits too, the one right next to us gives us Righteous Zeal. All of our armies get +8 leadership, so all of our units would stay in combat a little bit longer. They'd be more likely to hit, and they would be better at defending as well from attacks. We've got this one. That's, we can explain that one later. This is cool. That actually might be, it's not super far away. We don't really care about this Winds of Magic one. This would be good. So these are actually pretty incredible. But I think the one next to us is honestly probably the most impactful. So, alright, what does this ability do? Affects one enemy. This could be really strong. Yeah, why not? Alright, we've got our army of few here.
This is wise.
Let's
Sigmar has heard my
bring this warrior priest over this way.
I go where I am needed.
We could attack this faction and sack this settlement if we don't want to keep it, and just kind of get us some more money. But I think
I go in his name.
we'll hang out for a turn before we make any rash decisions. So we got 3 more turns on our settlement over here. I don't think anybody else, yeah, still nobody really wants to do anything with us. I think it would be nice if we could get Tic-Tac-Toe to eventually be our friend, but we will try that eventually. Let's go ahead and hit end turn here. If you have any questions about the game, if you think I should explain more or less, let me know. This is a game I've been playing for probably about 15 years, maybe longer. And so I'm not an expert by any means, but I do know enough to feel confident kind of explaining to a newer player. I know this series is probably more targeted towards people that have been playing for a little bit longer. But let's go ahead. You can see this other, if I double click on somebody, you can actually get and open the diplomacy screen. You can see we finally found one of the, what's called an ogre camp of this faction leader. We don't really care to get into combat just yet. I'd prefer if we get the book first and then we can, you know, go scorched earth on everybody here. But money is fine. Things are doing good. So, like I said in the last video, first turn is the longest. We're just going to kind of blitz on through. Something else to note as well is that, so whenever you start a game, right, you have your legendary lord and you have, you know, these recruitable lords and heroes. So any legendary lord is, you know, if they were to be killed in battle, they would come back in a few turns. I think it's called wounded in this game. But anybody like this, if they die in battle, they are gone for good, unless you get them to level 20. So that's my goal here, is to get a bunch of guys early in the game and try to get them to level 20 before things really go crazy with the ultimate crisis. That way if I do lose some people, I can bring them back. It's not like a massive loss. But let's see if we get you into this marching stance. I'm going to move these this other lord first. Ah, okay. So, I'm learning. This would clearly be a difficult fight. I did not know you had to actually fight to get the books.
What?
Highborn.
For the sake of, maybe we can get more information about the army if we bring over another general. Oh my gosh. This would be very, very tough.
Ready.
And even this base, it would be pretty tough to take that. I think, now that I know, having a base here would be perfect. That way we could get more units and kind of prepare for this battle with these guys.
The righteous hammer of Sigmar.
I'm glad that we didn't attack anybody along the way. Let's just move Volkmar over here.
I am Volkmar, not some
And
peasant.
hang out for a minute. We do have one more turn on this, so that's good. Our research also has 2 more turns, so that'll be good timing. But diplomacy, this is something I just check, you know, most turns to see if anything has changed. People seem generally about the same. Oh, there we go. Now you can see a few more units. Wow, this would be very difficult.
Champion of the faith.
Yeah, if I had probably 2 more spearmen and another Empire Knight, I would feel much more confident about doing this.
At your service.
And the other nice thing about having these lords that are level 1, yes, they are costing me money, but they can do a little bit of scouting for me ahead. You know, if there's the fog of war and I just need somebody to go through, and you can even kind of go like fishing with a lord. A lot of the AIs will target these kind of
What
standalone
orders?
characters, so you can kind of have your
Volkmar.
main army hang out in the ambush stance and
Sigmar
like, you know,
has
attack them.
heard my
The
prayers.
enemy army comes too
Highborn.
close.
Praise be to
So
Sigmar. By
here
Sigmar.
is what I think.
Glade Lord.
Sigmar, grant me strength.
True
I think what we do
servant of Sigmar.
is we attack this Ogre Kingdom base. We're gonna declare war,
Death to the faithless.
bring Curtis over there. He's not going to be able to win this fight. He's just going to hang out here and encircle.
Sigmar is with us.
I'm going
I
to bring my
serve
other
Sigmar.
characters over
Blessings
this
of
way.
Sigmar upon you. I see Sigmar's hand in this. Moving out.
And we're all just going to kind of hang out here.
Honored to
See,
serve.
can you... Yeah, so what will happen is the computer will probably attack us. And when that happens, we can... it'll be a little bit easier of a fight for us to do. And then on the following turn, we will try to take the settlement. What I just did here is... Actually, I don't think I've shown how to build a building in this game, the campaign so far. But now that we have a new slot open, you can see there's a little hammer there. And I went ahead and found the building that unlocks more of those characters that we want. Another warrior priest, things like that. So, could be a very weird thing to do. We'll see if it pays off. Now let's see. Dollar bet. Will they attack us or not? Yes. So these units are really tough. They don't have tons of leadership, so our best bet would be to kind of shock them and do that same strategy we've been doing. I think, yeah, having those spearmen would have been, extra spearmen would be super, super useful, but go ahead and try our best. So while this is loading, I made a little chart for you guys. So on the very left-hand side here, hopefully you can see this, the base flagellants are, you know, they're okay. They've got good melee attack, pretty bad melee defense, and okay armor. Or sorry, pretty bad armor. But then as I upgrade them with kind of in-battle effects, you can see how how they become better and better units, all the way over here when they get this massive melee attack buff. And what melee attack does is allows for them to hit their targets more often in combat. So if we can get up to here, we can kind of hold out through large parts of the game with just this kind of starting unit. So that's kind of the long-term plan. What we're doing here is now that we have an army or a few armies, we can move where the reinforcements are going to come from. And this character just needs to hold out until they arrive. So bring him back here.
In the name of Sigmar.
In a beautiful desert vacation. Maybe not the very thrilling scenery. We'll see. We've got a ton of guys charging in here.
Ready for orders.
This
March.
this is gonna be tough. That is for sure. Got 30 seconds on this army though.
With speed. Very well. Awaiting your command.
Let's see, we have some saber-tooth tigers. Got ogre bulls, so what are called monstrous infantry. We've got good old peg leg. Okay,
Faith is my shield.
so we've got some units.
Take the ground.
I'm gonna get the spearmen to kind of take the
Sigma calls.
initial stance there. I'm gonna get these knights kind of out of the way.
Empire endures. We
And
serve
let's
the
get
Emperor.
all these
Sigma
guys in the
exultant.
front.
Quickly.
So alright, knights
Take the
run over
ground.
this way.
Taking position. Formation march. Spearmen.
If only we had,
At once. Sigmar's
yeah, I mean,
will.
if only we had more of those spearmen. But
Awaits.
Eager for battle.
one of the benefits here being that we have unbreakable,
Legends. Formation march.
unbreakable infantry.
Speed. For the Warhammer.
So let's go ahead and start using some of these abilities.
Ready for war.
Knights, you go ahead and just distract parts of their army.
At speed.
And we'll see if we can kind of just wear them out.
General.
We have all of our heroes clumped up together. Let's see. Let's just,
Charge. The Empire endures.
them having slingers is really tough for us, so I'm going to go ahead and try to see if I can hit those guys from the back. We are losing spearmen. They are not going to be the most
We are Sigma's heirs.
reliable unit in combat. You can see their leadership is 31. They are not unbreakable, whereas these guys are unbreakable.
Warrior priest.
Give another buff to melee attack.
Yes, my lord.
We are going to lose some units. Totally fine.
By the Jade Griffin.
I could have given him a charge bonus.
To glory.
Let's make sure the everybody is fighting that can be.
At speed. We serve the Emperor.
We're going to go ahead and take out these Noblars. And then we can start doing some cycle charging that I think would, be super helpful. We have 48 seconds on our reinforcements. And our unit in combat. See, it's kind of a mess in here. Alright, Empire Knights. Do your thing. See, we got some guys charging at us. That's actually not too bad. I'd rather have them be distracted and fight half their army than fight all of their army.
Flagellants. Ready to smite.
Here we go. We're gonna do another one of these. Really get those buffs going.
Ready for war. Get them. Moving now. Quick march. Formation march.
All right, here we go. Our other guy is
I have my
in the
orders.
battlefield.
Ready to serve. At speed. Sigma guides us.
Come on, Empire Knights. Let's scoot around these guys and just hit some dudes in the back.
Sigmar speaks through me.
Ready for orders. The Empire endures.
You can see that we're about to lose one unit over there,
In the name of the Twin-Tailed
but
Attack!
let's go ahead, Empire Knights, and see.
Behold the light of Sigmar.
Once you route one unit, it's pretty easy for other ones to also route. So we're gonna have them attack for a little bit, kind of do this chain route where a bunch of units just fall away from the battle.
Sigma calls.
I'm gonna run back here and hit these Noblars before these other ones reach us. So you look at this whole army now. It's completely falling apart. Bring them around here so they don't get hit. And the best thing you can do when people are running away is kind of continue to chase them. That way they completely break and they don't return to combat.
I fear nothing.
Great. See, they'll start to come back. But then it's easier to re-break them once they've broken once before.
It shall be.
And we'll just hit a random unit here. Let's run away from these Nabars. We're in a little bit of a tight corner with these Empire Knights. Or if I can scoot them this way.
For France! Take the ground! At speed! Moving now!
Faith is
I want to make sure you're attacking somebody.
Twin-tailed comet! For the Empire!
Empire Knights are getting a little bit stuck,
By your command!
but
Very well!
that's fine.
To battle! Now
Try to drag them out this way.
Awaiting orders. As you say. Sigma's blessing upon this. Our steeds are restless. Formation march!
Yeah, Empire Knights are really stuck in. Okay, so I can see because there's skulls by everybody's faces that they are completely done. The match is essentially over.
We await your orders. To battle! Sigma!
And I'm just going to go ahead and, with my knights, a little bit of a boost to game speed, try to
Awaiting orders. I have my orders.
catch as many of these units I can before
March! Take the
they run
ground.
off of the
Prepare for
field
combat.
completely.
We obey.
Let's go double speed. Actually, do triple. I mean, if I don't, that's totally fine. You can see this one unit really just barely survived. There's kind of a threshold, you know, when you, like, this unit probably won't survive once we leave this. It'll be completely destroyed, even though there is one unit left. So our goal is to just kind of get these enemy units to that threshold where they just aren't brought back for the next fight. So let's see if the Empire Knights can get all the way over there. Now we've got the cinematic camera. Nice. So what's great about this too is that these units will level up from, you know, winning even though the game is essentially, the battle is essentially over. So great. So we did not take enough captives. So I think the best we can do then is maybe get some, arguably, get some more experience. Nice, we got a new magic item. Volkmar the Grim can be on a horse. Our research finished. People are unhappy, that's okay. So there's a lot we can do here. Something I should have thought of maybe a little bit more is that because we are fighting ogres, a lot of them are anti-infantry. And
Volkmar the
so
Grim.
in that
Sigmar
case,
be
we can actually put
praised.
our heroes, our lord, on a horse. It won't really, like, being on a horse, if you see here, only adds stats. Doesn't really take them away. It does cost us a little bit more, but that will be better
By
in these
Sigmar,
big fights.
Sigmarite
So
Archlector.
I'm gonna go ahead and quickly level up
Orders.
these characters. I am gonna actually do a little bit of this.
This is wise.
Make sure he has more melee defense.
Defender of the faith.
Similarly, let's go ahead and get more hit points on our main character so he can survive a little bit better. You'll see here that these units are pretty badly beat up.
Knowledge is
But-
power.
Alright, let's see. If we come in here, it says that we'll have a Pyrrhic victory. We would lose kind of a lot of units. The hard thing about this fight is, again, this is probably a relatively accurate battle result. Do I think we could do better? Yeah, let's try it. We'll do this battle and then we'll call the video. It's going a little bit long, but hopefully you guys are enjoying seeing the battles, understanding why I'm doing what I'm trying to do here. And because we're attacking this time, they may decide to wait for us to rush them. But we'll see. If we just speed up the game, you can see they're kind of repositioning. We will just wait until we get all of our units. Don't want to attack, prematurely. A little too bad there isn't a times 10 speed. Getting everybody out here. Alright. The gang is all here. Let's group up these units. Group up these units. And get these knights somewhere off to the side so we can flank. Alright, so we're going to bring everybody up. The guys that are on horses, clearly way ahead of the rest. I might actually move them to the side. I might use them for some flanking with these with the knights. So bring Volkmar to this side, have the knights on the left, and these heroes and these units should do, pretty well on their own as a group. So just kind of run forward. Hopefully they're not getting too winded. That's something that you need to notice, is that as you order your units around as they are fighting in a battle, they will lose stats because they get tired. So I'm going to go run around like this. Great. I'm glad that these guys are all in battle. And let's see. Let's slow it down.
Hail, Sigmar!
Faith is my shield.
Let's see. I mean, this is okay.
Ready for orders! Sons of Sigmar!
You don't love to not have your main
Brothers!
lord in the fight, but especially because these two are probably the most useful in terms of buffing the rest of our troops in our army. But have the Empire Knights kill these guys, or get close to, and just kill the Noblars over here. If we can take out this lord, that will be a big temporary blow to the enemy's morale. So
Offering battle prayers. Sigmar's will.
stuck in there. We're doing a little bit more damage, or sorry, hitting more often. You can see that they are getting routed here, and when they're flashing, right, they're close to breaking. I'm going to try to have these knights go ahead and hit the enemy leader while he's running away. Oh man, that's hard to watch. There we go. So we got him. That means the rest of their army will have a morale break. I'm going to tell all of my units to go ahead and attack whoever they can, whoever's close.
By Ulrich's wrath, the Empire endures. Charge!
In a way, it actually makes it so difficult when they do this, because not only are their units spread out, but mine are as well. But good news is we ended up winning a close victory. I don't believe we lost a single unit, but don't hold me to it. I didn't even check. I'm so used to just pressing OK. Yeah, let's go ahead and occupy this. Getting some good stuff here, but I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. And on the next one, we'll kind of wrap up what has just happened. We'll talk about what to do next and see if we can't get this Book of Nagash. So thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.